I think we're rolling. Here we go.
We're on.
Alright, hello, I'm Cash.
I'm Blake.
I'm Matt.
Advisory Seminar Podcast.
So, let's talk about a couple things. First one, PDA. I've honestly, I haven't noticed that as much, I don't know, since Falcon 5th is going.
It's definitely not happening so much this year. I don't know, is like passing periods any different anymore though?
I mean, no, they're still just 5 minutes.
They tried to block everybody off the tables, that's what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen it. I've seen people try to kiss through their mask, which I thought was kind of weird.
That for real?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That's
No
weird.
way.
That's strange.
You actually saw
I
that?
actually saw that.
What? They just looked like they were rubbing their faces. Who would do that?
I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. I saw some people like low-key making out in the Commons earlier this year, and I can't remember which principal got on them for it. I think.
What?
Yeah.
I have not seen anything like that.
Yeah, he was like, hey, from across the Commons. They're like, oh, like they got off each other. It was like, no, just don't do that, please.
Still not as bad as last year's Falcon 50.
Falcon 50 was like when you'd see it the most, cause like there's like these little like cubby kind of places, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like they'll just like sit and lay on each other, and it's like, why? Why would you even want to do that here?
I always saw it during passing periods. There'd always be like 3 or 4 little groups that are just being weird, like every passing period. But I haven't seen it at all this year. I can't believe people try to kiss through the mat. Bro, what? That's gotta be like a joke.
It's not a joke. I only saw it one time, but I was like, what's going on
Like they
here?
were legit like trying to like.
Yes.
That's gross. That's just so weird. It's so weird.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, like, there's like a hallway, like in like the very back of the school next to the orchestra room, and like no one really goes back there. And like every day, like last year, I'd see like these 2 people like with just like a blanket on top of them, and I'm like, I just like kind of walked past them real quick. I was like, what are they doing?
The blanket?
They
Yeah,
brought
they're
a
like-
blanket to school.
Yeah,
my
yeah, it's
God.
really weird.
So what's the line for PDA that's acceptable versus not?
Honestly, I feel like you can touch their hand real quick. I don't know. I feel like even a, I don't know. I feel like even a hug is too much. It's like you're gonna see each other in like what 45 minutes,
That's
maybe 2 hours.
that's
You
true.
gotta embrace.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Good question. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I can understand maybe for some people, you know, maybe you throw an arm around them every once in a while, but
I was gonna say like a one-armed hug.
yeah.
But then
maybe.
then why even do that? 'Cause like that's weird. It's like
That-
bye.
I certainly wouldn't do that. I would feel weird about it.
Yeah.
But I don't. I mean, if people feel like they need to be doing all this during passing periods or lunch, you know,
Yeah, they
maybe.
should chill out.
Maybe,
Now,
but
full disclosure, do any of you have girlfriends?
I do not. I
No.
do not.
I do not either.
Maybe we need to get a guest that actually has a girlfriend.
Well, when I did have a girlfriend, I had no urge to do any of this, so I felt weird about it.
Like I've had a couple girlfriends, but I usually don't like to have them like at the school, because like then I have to like pay attention to them during the day. I'm like obligated to.
I mean, I'm the same way. I don't take
It's
girls
like-
from the school.
It's like if she's at the school, like, be like, oh, I can chill.
Yeah, that's
I agree with Cash on this one.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's benefits to it. I'm not saying like I would refuse to date a girl from here, but it's like I feel like there's benefits to them like not being at the same school as you.
exposing yourself a little bit, man. You might be careful with your words.
What am I doing? What am I saying wrong?
It's like, I just want time away from them. I don't really want to see them that much, and I want.
Well, no, you don't have to see
I don't
them
want
every
to
second,
know what
every
I'm
day.
doing at
There's literally
school.
it's saying distance make the heart go fonder. I don't know. I just don't need to see them all the time.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I see what you're
Cash a
saying.
little bit on the extreme end of this one.
Is that actually extreme? Because I don't know. How is that extreme at all?
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I mean, it sounds like you're being like, yeah, I just don't want them to know what I'm doing at school.
I just don't want to have to be obligated to see him
Yeah, well, that's
all
true.
the time at school.
I mean, that's fair. I feel like people who need to see each other at all times, not when they're not in class, or even like during class, bro. Like that used to happen all the time. Kids would leave class, they would say they go to the bathroom, and then their girlfriend, or boyfriend, whatever, would also leave class,
Yeah.
and then they just meet up and just walk around school. It was like,
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, I understand that.
I wonder if e-hall passes will permit any of that. I mean,
Oh, that's a good point.
Maybe a little bit.
I don't know, yeah. 'Cause the other day, complete disclosure, I needed to go to the bathroom so bad, and all the bathrooms were full, so I just clicked the girls' restroom.
I've done that on accident before.
Well, I needed to go, man, and it's like,
Wow, I didn't
I
know that
honestly
was
think,
possible.
well, yeah, no, I just clicked the girls' restroom, same restroom, but just across, you know what I mean? So I went, but I went to the guys, I wasn't like being weird about it, and then like, but no one was in the guys' restroom when I went in there. I was like, how is this like full? Like people just forget to cancel the e-hall passes, then you can't go to the bathroom. That's kind of annoying.
Smart move. Smart move. But then what happened? Maybe the girls' bathroom was full, so the girls all chose the guys' bathroom, and then it's just a loop of the same problem.
That'd be really weird if that actually happened.
So it's weird when the girl does it.
Well, no, it's like if like they like accidentally like flip flopped and like I don't know. It's kind of weird. And honestly, like I feel like my teacher didn't even notice. Like if he did, I feel like he wouldn't care. It's like I gotta go to the bathroom, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying. Like I've been drinking a gallon of water a day. I need to pee like at least 10 times.
When I tried to drink a gallon of water a day, I would pee so much, man. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's like you're bloated. It's almost like you're drowning yourself from the inside.
Yeah. Speaking of,
What you gonna do?
Get some water.
You could say.
well, I feel like we've addressed PDA.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Pretty gross.
What about ACT? You were telling me earlier about they're breaking it up into 3 or separate tests for each category, like science, math.
Well,
What
yeah, like
tell me
they
about
have
that?
each individual test, but like there's this thing called a super score where it's like say you did really good on science in one test and then you kind of didn't do too hot in another. They're not just gonna like take that ACT. Some colleges will take like they'll take your best score from each test from each individual ACT.
That doesn't just add up. Like, so if a school for some scholarship is looking for a certain, like, okay, you got this on math, like they'll take the best math score you ever got,
Yeah.
but it won't count for like, okay, you got this good on this time and this good on this time, well, I'll add those together and you total got like a 28. You know what I'm saying?
Actually, that's a good question. I'm not sure.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
Like, cause like that'd be like making a whole ACT
Yeah.
out of like in separate ACTs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it sounds like we can do that now
Well, yeah.
because supposedly we're able to take one test at a time.
I was looking that up earlier,
You didn't
and
see anything about it?
well,
I mean, unless somehow I just dreamed it, but I'm pretty sure they were telling me that. And then somebody else brought it up to me.
well, I saw something that said you can retake one individual test. So it's like I don't know. It's confusing.
A lot of
sounds like
colleges
it, right?
take it, like,
The super score.
yeah, it says the following, yeah, it's like, this is just a list of A's so far, if we load this up. Even Ivy League schools take them.
Well, I mean, yeah. I honestly don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, it just makes sense.
Yeah. That'd be messed up, bro. If it was like you take an ACT, you get like a 25, and you try to take it again to get a higher score, but if you get a lower score, you have to use the lower score.
No, I think no matter what, they take the best ACT score.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
It'd be messed up if they did it like that.
I hate to say, I think most colleges are taking the super score as their score, because I mean, that shows a more accurate reflection, because I mean, a lot of kids, they say by the time I was on my 3rd test, I kind of was like, get me out of here.
ACT is draining, bro. It's so long. And it's
I
terrible.
will always say this, bro. The science portion of that is literally a Rick and Morty script, bro.
It doesn't make any sense.
They're just saying nonsense, bro. It's like literally all words I've heard on Rick and Morty. I'm like,
That's funny.
I was done with it. I was just guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just guessed towards the end, because I mean, you can only read it one time through. You're going to have time to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
I think they just throw random words in there to confuse you and try to get you.
Well, definitely. That's what the whole science portion is them just trying to confuse you. Because
And
it's
that's the
simple.
point of the ACT.
Once you understand what the question is, they were normally pretty easy, but it took like 5 minutes of you reading it back and forth to be like, oh, okay, that's what they're at. Because they would just use words you've never heard of before, things you would have no clue about. But you didn't actually need to know what they were.
So what about the movie Kung Fu Panda? I'm just completely random.
Kung Fu Panda. Okay, me and Blake were talking about this the other day. Kung Fu Panda is one of those shows that, like, one of the protagonists, Master Oogway, he is just like a perfect example, like of like a really good, not a human being because he's a turtle, but person.
Kung Fu Panda is probably the most Well, I wouldn't say just Kung Fu Panda, but like animated series like Kung Fu Panda is the most inspirational,
It's a really good influence.
motivational. We're just puts you on the right path. You know,
Yeah, it gets you in a good
There's a
mindset.
lot of life lessons in there, and it's just the coolest thing.
I was like, I've seen it like a million times, but I feel like it's just like, I feel better after I watch it. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, everything's not so bad, you know what I mean?
It's amazing. I mean, Master Uguay. How familiar are you with Kung Fu Panda?
I've watched it a while back. I've not watched a lot of animated movies.
Okay.
Really?
Really? You need to. You
You
to.
guys told me I should watch Naruto.
Well, Master Uguay is just the perfect role model ever. All right, he's just very chill, just relaxed. He's goofy, but
Yeah.
also he's gonna hit you with every inspirational quote you can get. Like, for example, notorious. There are no accidents.
There are no
How much greater can you get for that in life?
Everything happens for a reason.
Anything that happens to you that you're like, that's just BS. That shouldn't happen to me. Come on. But there's a reason because there are no accidents, and down the road that will, you'll see the meaning of why that happened.
And he could throw some hands.
Which is, and you can throw some more like finger taps.
Yeah, he did the finger taps thing on
Yeah.
Tai Lung. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. They just portray so many angles of life so great.
Yeah.
Same thing with
Star Wars.
Oh, I've watched
Yeah,
Star Wars a couple times for you.
we were thinking Star Wars doesn't. Well,
It's,
yeah,
a little, it's a little
much.
harder to look into, but there's still something you can find there. I don't know. It's like
Yeah, well-
I honestly like I go back and like watch those like animated like shows I watched as like a little kid all the time because like
Definitely.
I still think they're really good.
Ever since we were talking about Kung Fu Panda, I've been watching them.
Really?
Yeah.
I've seen them all.
Oh, they're so good.
Yeah. It's amazing.
The soundtracks in them, bro. It's just.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda does have a good soundtrack though.
Oh,
It's a
like
vibe.
all these movies do. It's just. I don't. Let's see here. Whoa. I don't even know. It's so great. I can't even put into words how great it is. You know what I'm saying?
Kung Fu Panda is legit.
It's like the Japanese. I don't know, just Japanese. It seems like all of them are Japanese kind of based. So.
Not all
They
of them.
should
I mean,
play it in the
Naruto.
Naruto Japanese based.
I know, but and then Kung Fu Panda.
Avatar,
I mean, Kung Fu's definitely China, but
Kung Fu. Well, yeah, but it's like, well, okay, Asia, we'll say. Kung Fu's China, you think? 100%.
Oh, okay, let's check.
Yeah, let's check it out. The origins of Kung Fu.
There it is.
Wait, yeah, it is China because they're always talking about China.
I wish we could make requests for movies played in the commons during lunch. Like have like a Google form.
China. Yep, China.
But how different is Japan and China?
Pretty different.
They're very.
Oh.
It's a huge difference, bro.
Like, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think of like the agriculture. Like that's what I kind of thinking of personally.
I
They
mean,
are
well,
hugely
even that's different because like Japan is an island. It's like it's not like a huge place, but China is like one of the biggest continents, right? Or
Not continents, countries.
country, whatever. Bro, Mr. Howard is dying over there.
The continent is Asia.
But you know,
all right, let's go ahead and wrap up.
All right. See you later.
We'll work on the outro later.
Podcast.
There you go.
we'll cut it.
On the next episode of the seminar podcast.